Okay, so picture this. You're a business owner, right? And you need to be on YouTube, but it all just feels like such a mountain to climb.
Oh, yeah.
All the tech, the algorithm, everyone else already doing it, so much content out there. It's enough to make anyone just want to hit unsubscribe on the whole idea, am I right?
I've been there.
But what if I told you there's this realtor, Matthew Kelly? He is absolutely killing it on YouTube. And get this, he totally ignored all the typical real estate guru advice.
Really?
Yeah, he went to like the marketing giants for inspiration instead.
Interesting.
And that's exactly why we're doing this deep dive today on his story, because honestly, you're going to want to take notes on this one. He spills the tea on everything from how to get over your fear of the camera to like building an offer so good people are practically throwing themselves at you.
I love it.
Let's dive in. So Matthew realized pretty early on that video was the key to stand out in real estate marketing. I mean, it's kind of a no-brainer, especially these days.
Yeah, you'd think so, but honestly, so few people are actually doing video well or doing it at all. And what I love here is how Matthew realized this underlying thing that video builds trust. And it's so much more powerful than just any flashy ad campaign.
Yeah, it's like you're inviting people in to your world behind the scenes of your business, a bit of your personality too.
Hmm.
And speaking of personality, that's actually what really struck me about Matthew when I first came across his work. He's so on it, like refreshingly honest. He's like, yeah, my first 100 videos were garbage.
He said that.
Garbage, he called them.
I love that because it just totally smashes that myth of like overnight success or needing to be perfect right from day one.
Yeah, you don't have to have it all figured out.
He understood that the best way to learn sometimes is to just do it, put yourself out there.
Fail fast, right?
Exactly.
Love it. So how did he go from garbage videos to YouTube gold?
Well, he made this strategic shift. He ditched the generic real estate advice
Yeah.
and went all in on hyper-local content, focusing on his city, Hamilton.
Okay.
But it wasn't just about showing houses or like open houses or whatever. It was about capturing the community, the vibe,
Yeah, like the feeling.
the things that make Hamilton unique.
And I've seen some of his videos, and he does these really cool neighborhood tours, but he doesn't just point out houses and be like, oh, this one's for sale. He's like taking you to his favorite brewery, the best pizza joint in town, almost like you're hanging out with a friend who's showing you all the best spots.
Exactly. And that is such a smart way to attract people who resonate with you, with your taste, your style, your values. I mean, think about it. Wouldn't you rather work with clients who get you and are excited about the same things you are?
Absolutely, 100%. But let's talk logistics for a second, because creating high quality content consistently, like that takes time and effort. So did Matthew hire like a whole production crew to help him out?
Not at all. In the beginning, it was just him, his phone, and a lot of hustle.
Mm-hmm.
But he quickly learned how to work smarter, not harder. And he did this by batching his content.
Okay, so instead of making one video at a time,
He would dedicate specific days to research film and edit multiple videos at once.
it's like meal prepping, but for content.
Exactly. Work
Yeah.
smarter, not harder. And this is something anyone can implement no matter how busy their schedule is.
Okay, so he's cranking out these hyper-local Hamilton videos, but how does he actually turn those views into clients? Because at the end of the day, that's the name of the game, right?
Right. And this is where it gets interesting. Matthew created what we like to call an irresistible offer. It's a guide specifically for home buyers who are relocating to Hamilton.
Okay, I mean, I know what you're thinking, another lead magnet, but trust me, this is next level stuff.
Oh, yeah.
So spill the tea, what makes it so irresistible? So this guide, it's not just like a boring list of schools and parks, is it?
No, no, no. It's packed with so much good stuff.
Yeah.
Like insider tips on the best neighborhoods for families, hidden gem restaurants that only locals know about. He even did a whole breakdown of the school districts with insights from parents who actually live there.
Wow, so he's like anticipated every question someone moving to Hamilton could possibly have.
That's it. That's how you make it irresistible. You really got to understand your audience, what they need, what they want, their pain points, and then you offer the solution.
Okay, I'm getting it now. I see why it's called irresistible, but how does he actually get this guide into the right hands? It's not like he's mailing it out.
Right. It's all about strategy.
Yeah.
He puts calls to action in his videos, directing people right to a landing page where they can download the guide. And to get it, they give their email address.
Oh, so it's all connected. He's driving people from YouTube to his email list.
Exactly. And those email addresses are so valuable. That's how he nurtures the relationship, provides even more value, and then eventually guides them to a consultation.
So smart. It's like he's built this whole ecosystem. People come for the Hamilton content, get hooked by this amazing offer, and then they just flow naturally into his sales process.
Right? It's a pipeline. And he's not chasing after anyone. He's attracting them by being a trusted resource,
Yeah,
building real relationships.
I love that. And it leads perfectly into the next thing I wanted to ask you about Matthew. Because another thing he talks about is this idea of unreasonable hospitality, which is like next level service, right?
Oh, yeah. It's way beyond just answering emails on time. This is about going above and beyond what's expected.
Okay, so unreasonable hospitality. Where did he even come up with this?
Well, he talks about this book he read, Unreasonable Hospitality.
Oh my gosh, I read that book.
So good, right?
Such a good one. It completely changed how I think about my business.
Me too.
Yeah.
And that's exactly what it did for Matthew. He realized that we live in a world where everything's so impersonal, automated. And what people really crave is that human connection.
Yeah, that makes sense. But what does it actually look like in practice? Because it's easy to say go above and beyond, but like, what are we actually doing?
Okay, so there's this great story in the book about this waiter at a really fancy restaurant.
Okay.
And he overhears these guests talking about how much they love these hot dogs from this one specific stand. But they're leaving New York that day and won't have time to get one.
Oh, no hot dog for them.
Most waiters would have just been like, oh, that's a shame, and recommend a different place.
Right, or just ignore it completely.
But not this guy. He tells them to wait right there. Rushes out to that exact hot dog stand, gets the hot dogs, plates them all fancy, and brings them to the guests as a parting gift.
Oh my God, stop it. I love that so much. Talk about above and beyond. That's the kind of thing people remember forever. It's a story. It's like they felt seen, you know?
Exactly. It becomes this whole experience. And that's what Matthew wanted to recreate in his business. He was like, how can I apply this to real estate? How can I create those wow moments?
So we've got his content strategy, his irresistible offer this idea of unreasonable hospitality. It's like this guy's figured it all out. But here's the thing that I found really surprising. He doesn't actually follow that many real estate people online.
I know. Isn't that interesting?
Instead, he gets inspiration from these like marketing giants people like Alex Hormozy, Russell Brunson, Dan Kennedy.
Right. These guys are like the top of the top.
Yeah, they're like the Navy SEALs of marketing.
And that's what's so smart about it. Because Matthew recognized that good marketing is good marketing. The principles are the same across industries.
So he took strategies meant for like selling software or online courses and applied them to selling houses. He was thinking outside the box for sure. So what were some of his big takeaways from these marketing gurus? What really stuck with him?
One of the biggest things was this idea of building a system,
Okay.
a predictable pipeline. So it's not just about getting views on YouTube, right?
Yeah, you need those clients.
Exactly. It's about having this strategic funnel in place.
Love that. And I bet these marketing giants have a lot to say about creating those irresistible offers too, right?
Oh, absolutely. He talks about Alex Hormozy a lot and how he really helped him understand the psychology behind those offers that people just can't say no to.
It's like you're speaking directly to what they want most.
Exactly. You
Yeah.
have to know your audience inside and out, their desires, their pain points, and then you position your offer as the solution.
So smart. And I feel like even Dan Kennedy fits into this because he's all about direct response marketing, right? Getting people to take action.
Yes. And Matthew realized that even though he's in real estate, it's still a business.
Yeah.
So he took those direct response principles, those compelling headlines, the strong calls to action, and used them everywhere, in his videos, his emails, everything.
It's wild how he's combined all these different things from different experts into this winning strategy.
Yeah.
So as we wrap up this deep dive on Matthew Kelly and his YouTube success, what's the key takeaway for our listeners, especially those who are feeling stuck or overwhelmed with marketing their business?
I think the biggest thing is just to be open to learning, even if you don't think you're a beginner. Be like Matthew. Don't be afraid to look outside your industry to experiment a little.
Be a student of the game, right?
Yeah.
Always be learning.
Yes. And never forget that good marketing is good marketing. No matter what you're selling, it all comes down to trust providing value and building a system that works.
Perfectly said. So as we finish up here, I want to leave our listeners with this. What's one action you can take today inspired by Matthew's story?
Will you film that YouTube video? Will you finally brainstorm ideas for that irresistible offer? Or maybe even just pick up a book by one of these marketing masters?
The important thing is to just start. Even those small steps can lead to amazing results. So go out there and make it happen. And thanks for joining us for this deep dive.